If your Bosch, Buderus or Worcester boiler is showing error 2951, the first thing to understand is that this code can depend on the exact model. On many Worcester Bosch and Bosch-family condensing boilers, error 2951 is commonly linked to repeated flame loss. In simple words, the boiler has tried to run, but the flame has been lost too many times, so the appliance locks out for safety. This can happen during heating, hot water demand, or sometimes after the boiler has been off for a while. You may see the display flashing 2951. You may find that the house is cold, the radiators are not heating, or the boiler tries to start and then stops. In some cases, hot water may still work for a while, but central heating may fail, or the fault may come back when the boiler is under high demand. Before doing anything, remember this important safety point. This is a gas appliance. Do not open the sealed combustion chamber. Do not adjust the gas valve. Do not disconnect ignition leads. Do not work on the flue, fan, electrodes, or gas pipe. Do not open the sealed combustion chamber. Do not adjust the gas valve. Do not remove burner parts. Do not disconnect work unless you are qualified to work on gas boilers. There are safe checks a homeowner can do, but most internal causes of error 2951 need a qualified heating engineer. Let's start with the safe checks. The first thing to check is the boiler pressure. Look at the pressure gauge or digital pressure reading. On many sealed central heating systems, the normal cold pressure is usually around 1 to 1.5 bar. Some systems may be slightly different, so the manual for your exact boiler is always the best reference. If the pressure is very low, the boiler may not operate correctly. Low pressure can also cause other faults or make an existing problem worse. If the pressure is below the normal range, you may need to top up the system using the filling loop or the built-in filling valve. On some boilers, this is a small filling tap under the boiler. On others, it may be a keyless filling link, a filling key, or a flexible silver hose. Turn the boiler off, let the system cool, and open the filling valve slowly. Watch the gauge carefully. When the pressure reaches the correct range, usually around 1 to 1.5 bar when cold, close the valve fully. Do not overfill the system. Do not leave the filling valve open. If the pressure rises too high, that can create another problem. After restoring pressure, reset the boiler once, following the instructions for your model. A reset can clear a temporary lockout, but if error 2951 comes back, do not keep resetting the boiler again and again. Repeated lockouts mean the boiler is detecting a real fault. The second thing to check is the gas supply. Make sure the gas isolation valve near the boiler is open. If you have another gas appliance, such as a gas hob, check whether that appliance is working. If no gas appliances work, the problem may be with the gas supply, the meter, or the network. If you smell gas at any time, stop immediately. Do not reset the boiler. Do not turn electrical switches on or off. Ventilate the area, leave the property, and call the gas emergency service for your country. The third thing to check is the condensate pipe. Modern condensing boilers produce condensate water, and that water must drain away correctly. If the condensate pipe is blocked, frozen, kinked, badly routed, or if the internal condensate trap is restricted, the boiler may struggle to run correctly and may lock out. In cold weather, the external condensate pipe can freeze. This is usually a plastic pipe that runs from the boiler to a drain, often outside the property. If you can safely reach the frozen section, you can pour warm water over the pipe to thaw it. Use warm water, not boiling water. After the pipe is thawed, reset the boiler once and see whether it starts normally. If the condensate pipe freezes again, the installation may need improvement. It may need better insulation, a shorter external run, a different route, or a better fall toward the drain. There is also another condensate related issue that can happen. Inside the boiler, the condensate trap or siphon can collect dirt, sludge, or debris over time. In the information you provided, the fault appeared on a Bosch Buderus style boiler, and the problem was linked to a condensate hose or trap that had filled with water and become blocked. After cleaning the condensate path and refitting the seal correctly, the boiler was able to work again. That is a realistic cause. If condensate cannot drain, the boiler cannot operate normally. But there is a big warning here. Removing boiler covers, condensate traps, internal hoses, or seals may expose electrical parts, water connections, combustion-related components, or parts that must be refitted exactly. If a seal is installed incorrectly, water can leak onto internal components, including wiring or control boards. So for most homeowners, the safe check is the external condensate pipe only. Internal condensate trap cleaning should be done by someone competent and, where required, by a qualified heating engineer following the manufacturer's instructions. The fourth possible cause is unstable flame detection. Error 2951 is often connected to the boiler losing flame too many times. The boiler may ignite, then the flame may disappear, or the control board may fail to detect the flame even though the burner briefly lights. This can happen because of a dirty or faulty flame sensor, ignition electrode, damaged lead, poor burner condition, incorrect gas-air ratio, weak gas supply, blocked condensate path, flue restriction, or combustion problem. These are not user repairs. They involve flame supervision, gas combustion, and safety devices. The fifth possible cause is low gas pressure or gas flow problems. Even if gas is present, the pressure may drop when the boiler tries to fire. That can cause unstable ignition or flame loss. Possible reasons include a supply issue, undersized pipe work, a partly closed valve, a faulty regulator, or a gas valve problem inside the boiler. Gas pressure must be tested with proper equipment. It is not something to guess from the display. The sixth possible cause is poor airflow or flue restriction. A condensing boiler needs a correct air supply and a clear flue route. If the flue outlet is blocked by leaves, snow, ice, debris, nesting material, or incorrect installation, the flame can become unstable. You can visually check the outside flue terminal from a safe position. Do not dismantle it. Do not insert anything into it. Do not run the boiler if the flue is damaged or blocked. A qualified engineer can check whether the flue is correctly installed and whether combustion readings are safe. The seventh possible cause is a dirty burner, blocked heat exchanger, or poor combustion condition. Over time, lack of servicing can allow dirt, debris, condensate residue, or combustion deposits to affect the burner and heat exchanger area. If the boiler cannot burn cleanly or transfer heat correctly, it may lock out. In some cases, users notice that the boiler heats more quickly after a proper service because the heat exchanger, burner area, condensate path, and sensors are working correctly again. But again, internal cleaning is not a normal DIY job. Burner pads, seals, electrodes, gaskets, fan connections, and combustion chamber components can be fragile and safety critical. The eighth possible cause is circulation or heating system problems. Some people see the fault during central heating, but not during domestic hot water. That can happen when the boiler behaves differently depending on the demand. If hot water works but radiators do not, the fault may involve system pressure, circulation, pump operation, valves, air in radiators, blocked filters, or controls. Check that the thermostat is calling for heat. Check that radiator valves are open. Check that the pressure is correct. If radiators have recently been bled, top up the pressure if needed. But if the boiler keeps locking out, it needs proper diagnosis. The ninth possible cause is wiring, sensor, or control board failure. If the flame sensor, ignition system, gas valve, fan, condensate system, pressure readings and combustion setup all check out, then the control board or wiring may be involved. This is usually diagnosed after the more common causes have been checked, because replacing a board without testing can be expensive and may not fix the fault. Now, let's put this into a safe troubleshooting order. First, check whether there is any smell of gas. If there is, stop and call the emergency gas service. Second, check the boiler pressure. If it is too low, top it up according to the manual, usually to around 1 to 1.5 bar when cold. Third, check whether other gas appliances are working. Fourth, check whether the external condensate pipe is frozen or visibly blocked. Fifth, visually check the outside flue terminal for obvious obstruction, but do not dismantle it. Sixth, reset the boiler once after the basic checks. Seventh, observe what happens. Does the boiler ignite? Does it try several times and fail? Does hot water work but heating fail? Does the fault return immediately or only after a few minutes? That information is useful for the engineer. What you should not do is just as important. Do not keep resetting the boiler repeatedly. Do not remove the sealed front cover if that exposes combustion parts. Do not clean the burner yourself. Do not adjust the gas valve. Do not bypass sensors. Do not ignore water leaking inside or under the boiler. Do not keep using the boiler if the fault returns. If error 2951 appears once and clears after correcting low pressure or thawing a frozen condensate pipe, monitor the boiler carefully. If it appears again, call Bosch, Buderus, Worcester support, or a qualified heating engineer. When you call, provide the exact model number, the full error code, and the symptoms. Also mention whether the pressure was low, whether hot water works, whether central heating works, whether the condensate pipe was blocked or frozen, and whether the boiler tries to ignite before locking out. The short version is this. Error 2951 on many Bosch, Buderus and Worcester boilers usually means the boiler has lost flame too many times and is locked out for safety. Safe homeowner checks include boiler pressure, gas supply, external condensate pipe, visible flue obstruction, thermostat demand, and one reset. Common deeper causes include blocked condensate trap, low gas pressure, unstable ignition, dirty flame sensor, faulty electrode, gas valve fault, burner or heat exchanger issue, fan or flue problem, circulation issue, wiring fault, or control board problem. Because this fault involves combustion and flame safety, do not treat it as a simple DIY repair. Check the safe basics, reset once, and if the code returns, get the boiler inspected by a qualified heating engineer.